Okay, so first we're going to start in the browser page, then we're going to look at what happens when a user selects a category or product. I'll specifically look at what happens when I select a category. So I'll select category right here, and now I'm going to explain what happened right there in these slides. So in slide 1, on the left we have our user, and he sends a request to the web server on the right, and then the web server has to go to the database server to get the product, and then the data goes back to the web server, and the web server uses it to build the HTML pages, and it sends the pages back across the internet to the user browser. And then on slide 3 here, we could look at it from a Django perspective. The user sends in a request for a page, then it goes to the urls.py file, and that acts as a controller by matching patterns. Next it sends control to the views py file, and the views py file executes functions, and those functions go to the database to get the data and combine the data with HTML templates to build the page, and then the page is sent back from the internet to the user. Okay, so now I'm going to bring up Cloud 9, and back to the example where I selected the category. First, the browser request goes to the web server running Django, looking for the category, and the web server sends requests to the catalog urls.py, and that's right here. Okay, and then the logic in the urls.py matches category and sends control to the show category function, and in the catalog views py. Right here. Okay, and now that we're in the views py file, the show category function is the following. It uses the slug ID to look up that category in the database and then get the product set for that category. Then some local variable values like page title. Then it builds a responsible HTML page by sending variables in the category HTML template to the render to response function. Then the HTML page with products from that category is sent back to the browser. Now I'm going to switch back to the browser, and I'll show you the acoustic and Les Paul guitars that are associated with that category. Right here. There they are. Okay. Now I'm going to click on Les Paul Classic. And before I add them to the cart, Django built a page to include a form. Django built this form from the forms py file in the cart directory. There's logic to make sure we input a value or a valid number before data is sent back in the server. So I'm going to put B in the quantity, and when I do that, it's gonna I need to enter a valid quantity. Basically, our product view detects the post, but the form is invalid because B is not a valid value for an integer field in the form. The error message is displayed right here. Now I'm going to put a valid number in. I'll put 2 in. Okay, and there you go. So it'll basically post the data to the web server. Okay, and now adding the product to the cart. So what happened in Django when we did that? Okay, well, first I'll show the HTML source code where the add to cart button was, which is right here. So this is the source code behind the user interface right here. Okay, and now I'm going to go to Cloud 9, and I'm going to open up the cart and go to urls.py right here. Okay, when we go in here, it directs us to the show cart function and views py in the cart directory. This shows what happens in the show cart function. The show cart function is used to update the cart and show what's in the cart. The function first checks to see if it was called to do an update via post command. In our case, the HTML shows what we were doing, a post to add to the cart. As you can see, we can also remove or update the cart in the same function. Okay, so assume this was an update. Let's go look at the update cart function. So right here. Okay, update cart. Perfect. Okay. When we're in here, the the function gets the data from the post command, then checks to see if the product is already in the cart. If it's in the cart, it updates the quantity. If not the cart, it has to create a new item, and that's up here in the add to cart new item. Okay, now the cart is updated. Let's go back to the views PY. After the post logic is done, we get all the items in the cart and the total cost, and we use the cart.html template to build the XML for the cart page, and we sent the cart back to the user. And that's there. So now I'm going to go to the demo flat pages, and I'm going to show you my contact flat page that I made. I followed the instructions in the book, enabled the flat page builder in the admin function, which I have showed right now. Now we'll go in the admin tab. As you can see here, I have the contact page and the flat page right here. Okay, I'm going to click on the contact. I'm going to open that, and right here in the content, it knows to launch the page. As you can see in the HTML in the box, it shows my address and has HTML to embed my video on the screen in here. So now let's go back to the main screen, and let's click on contact, and there's my video. And the video I have included in here is for part 3 of the assignment, and I will also submit this video with it. Thank you very much. That was it.